We forthwith acknowledge our awareness of the sensitive and emotional nature of abortion controversy, of the vigorous opposing views even among physicians, and of the deep and seemingly absolute convictions that the subject inspires.
Most Supreme Court decisions are granular, little-noticed interpretations of the law, but a few are landmarks. Roe v. Wade was a landmark. It effectively legalized abortion across the United States. Roe v. Wade was a landmark legal decision issued on January 22, 1973, in which the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a Texas statute banning abortion, effectively legalizing the procedure across the United States.
Here are the major aspects in the case. Jane Roe was Norma McCorvey. She was a Texan in her early 20s who wanted to terminate an unwanted pregnancy in 1969. Abortion was legal in Texas at the time, but only for the purpose of saving a woman's life. That was not the issue for McCorvey. Her life was not at risk.
She tried unsuccessfully to get an illegal abortion and was referred to two attorneys interested in challenging anti-abortion laws. The Wade in Roe v. Wade was Henry Wade, the district attorney of Dallas County, who enforced the Texas abortion law. McCorvey soon filed a case against him.
The Supreme Court agreed in 1971 to hear the case, and on January 22, 1973, struck down the Texas law in 7-2 decision. Justice Harry Buckman wrote the majority opinion and declared that the women's right to privacy under the 14th Amendment suppressed the state's right to ban abortion.
The court set different rules for each trimester. In the first trimester, the choice to end pregnancy was entirely up to the mother. In the second trimester, the government could regulate but not ban abortion in order to protect the mother's health.
In the third trimester, the state could prohibit abortion to protect a fetus that could survive outside the womb, except when the mother's health is in danger. Justice Brian White and William Rehnquist dissented. They basically held the argument that the privacy went far beyond the intentions of the framers, an argument that could single the grounds for a challenge to Roe. Some viewed the court's decision in Roe v. Wade as a judicial activism, meaning that the judges based their decisions on a personal view rather than existing law. But supporters of Roe say it is vital in preserving women's rights and freedoms. Many opponents of the decision argue that because of the text of the Constitution doesn't explicitly talk about abortion, it should be left up to the states to regulate. Others say that a person could be protected by the Constitution at conception. Under that logic, abortion violates the constitutional rights of the unborn child.
White and Rehnquist also stated that the court's decision did not stick to the specific facts of the case because Roe was not in her first trimester at the time of the litigation. Public opinion was quickly shifting. In August 1972, Americans opposed legalized abortion 46-42, but by April 1973, it was 52-41 in favor. The Texas statute was struck down as a whole, and further, Roe v. Wade legalized abortion in the United States, which was not illegal at the time in many states and was limited by law in others. All state laws limiting women's access to abortions during the first trimester of pregnancy were invalidated by Roe v. Wade. State laws limiting such access during the second trimester were upheld only when the restrictions were for the purpose of protecting the health of the pregnant woman.
In years since, Roe v. Wade has been modified but not overturned. A notable example was the 1992 case, Planned Parenthood v. Casey. For the intent and purposes, this is the new standard by which abortion cases are judged.
The focus this time was not privacy. It was roadblocks which had been intentionally set up to make it harder to get an abortion. In a 5-4 ruling, the court said restrictions are unconstitutional if they place an undue burden on a woman.
Supporters of Roe v. Wade remain strong. A Kaiser Family Foundation poll in June 2018 found that the 67% of Americans do not want the Supreme Court to overturn the ruling, while the 29% do. This, in fact, does not mean that the court case may be challenged in the future. Due to the amount of controversy present, this is not the last time we hear of this case.